sex feels like a test to you, you're not crazy. I used to feel that way too, like I was being judged every time I had sex. Like there was some invisible scorecard, and one soft moment meant that I had failed the whole thing. It wasn't just sex. I'd wake up in the morning and I'd check for morning wood. Like that was some sort of diagnostic. I'd notice my erection during masturbation and immediately wonder, am I broken? Even when things went well, I'd replay every detail in my head, searching for signs that I might have messed up. The constant monitoring turned everything into a test I hadn't studied for, a test I didn't feel ready for. And the worst part is it didn't just feel like I'd failed at sex. It felt like I'd failed as a man. Because when sex became a test, it started to feel like my manhood was on the line. So instead of enjoying the moment, I'd spend the whole time evaluating myself. Am I hard enough? Am I lasting long enough? Is she enjoying it, or is she just being polite? And that pressure, it shut my whole body down. Not because I was broken, but because I was in survival mode. You can't feel turned on when your system thinks you're under attack. And the attack was actually coming from my own mind. The truth is that the harder I tried to do well, the more disconnected I became from my body, from my partner, from the moment. If you don't know me, my name is Cam Joyner. So after 7 years of struggling with ED, I finally healed myself. And I've been helping guys like you fix their sex lives ever since. If you're realizing that this is you, if sex feels like a test, and you're tired of walking away feeling like you failed, I'd love to help you fix this permanently. This problem wrecked years of my life, but I figured it out, and I help guys go from pressure and anxiety to staying hard consistently in just a few weeks or months, not the 7 years it took me. It's intense, it's expensive, but it works. And it works fast. So if you want a solution that's fast and consistent, there's a link in the description where you can learn about working with me. One of the biggest breakthroughs that I had was this: the more you care about sex going well, the more pressure you create on yourself. The main reason that sex feels like a test is because you want it to go well. You want to have good sex. You want to give your partner a great experience. You want to feel like you're a man. So your brain starts to evaluate. Was that good enough? Did she enjoy it? Was I hard enough? Did I last long enough? You're not just having sex anymore. You're testing yourself to see if the sex was good. Because you care. You want your partner to have a good time. And that's what's crazy. That is the trap. Because the second that you start striving to measure sex, you stop enjoying it. You go from horny and excited to tense and overanalyzing. And that pressure, it shuts your whole body down. You might still want sex. You might still be attracted to your partner. You probably are. Now sex isn't about pleasure. It's about proving something. And when something matters that much and it adds pressure, your body just tenses up. And when you lose your erection in that state, which is common, the emotional hit is huge. You have shame, frustration, feeling like you failed. Now your body starts to associate sex with failure, and the very next time, you're anxious, which means you're more hesitant, you're more likely to analyze again, and repeat the cycle. So ironically, the more you test for good sex, the harder it becomes to actually have it. But here's what changed everything for me. I stopped trying to be good at sex. I know that's weird, but it really works. And I started just trying to have fun. Pressure and fun really don't exist at the same time. So if you're having fun, you're not tense, and you're not grading yourself, and you're not worried if you're doing it right. You're just there, in it, playing, laughing, exploring. And that one shift, it takes you out of your head and back into your body. You stop checking your erection every 10 seconds. You stop worrying how you look. You stop trying to impress her, and you start actually enjoying her. And the crazy part is, the more fun you have, the better the sex gets, because now your body isn't under pressure. It's relaxed. It has space to actually feel arousal again. If sex has felt like a test for you, this is your way out. Stop trying to prove something and start trying to enjoy it. By now, you might be thinking, okay, so I shouldn't treat sex like a test. But I still want to be good at it. I still want to have amazing sex. And yeah, I get that. And here's the question most guys never stop to ask. what does good sex even mean? So, if you're like I was, your image of good sex is vague but intense, and like you're rock hard the whole time, you two are in perfect rhythm, she orgasms multiple times, and then you both just collapse, glowing and satisfied. It's like this fantasy of being the world's best lover. But here's the problem. Even if you could make that happen every time, it would actually start feeling boring, because the brain doesn't actually want the same 10 out of 10 experience every time. It wants variety. It wants contrast. It's like eating your favorite food at every meal. At first, it's amazing, but eventually it gets boring, and then tiring, and then you can't even look at it. Not because the food got worse, but because you adapted to it. And what becomes normal actually starts to feel average. That's how pleasure works. So here's the twist most guys miss. What would create the most pleasure in each moment is actually different every single time you have sex. So if you're not paying attention to what kind of sex actually fits the moment, you'll default to some version of impressive sex, but it won't feel good. Not for you and not for her. Sure, a broken clock is right twice a day. Sometimes the performance you're chasing, it'll happen to match the vibe of the moment, but more often than not, you're gonna miss it. Like after a romantic dinner where you've been making deep eye contact all night, she might want something more slow and sensual and emotional and connected. But if you come in hot and mechanical, trying to deliver porn star quality performance, it's gonna feel off. Or maybe you've been making out in the car after a crazy concert, just laughing and teasing, full of wild energy, and then suddenly you switch into slow, sacred sex mode. That mismatch just kills the vibe. The best sex happens when you're in tune with the moment and your partner. A much better aim is the thing that actually leads to consistently great sex is learning to ask what would make this moment feel the most connected, enjoyable, and safe for both of us. Because great sex isn't about doing more. It's about being present enough to feel what fits the moment and your partner. Sometimes good sex is deeply intimate. Sometimes it's playful and weird. Sometimes it's intense and wild. And sometimes it's just lying there, tangled up, breathing and laughing together. And the best part is, a lot of sexual moments don't even require you to get hard at all. When you really start to tune in, you'll realize something that's kind of shocking. You've been forcing sex at times that it didn't fit the moment and missing some of the hottest moments completely. So here's where most men are completely missing the point. They think amazing sex will make a relationship solid, and they think bad sex is going to ruin it. So they put all of their focus into trying to become a great man in bed. Rock hard, perfect stamina, perfect technique every time. Because in their mind, their ability to keep a woman, make her happy, and feel like a man all depend on how the sex goes. When that's your belief system, the sexual failure feels massive. You go soft? That's not just a frustrating moment, it's a threat to your entire identity and your relationship. But here's the problem. You're solving the wrong problem. Because what women actually value in long-term connection isn't just the sex. It's how you treat them outside of it. Are you present? Do you care about who they are? Do you show up consistently? That's what creates real attraction and trust over time. That's what makes women stay. And here's where it gets even weirder. We value what we're deprived of. For most men, sex is scarce. It becomes the proof of love, the reward for all of our hard work and success, the symbol of being wanted. For women, it's not scarce. What's scarce, especially in hookup culture, is being valued beyond sex. Women are used to being wanted for their body. They're used to guys being all in until the second they get laid and then vanishing. So a lot of women use sex hoping to be seen for more than that, for their energy, for their intelligence, for their heart. So here's the loop. Men chase sex to feel loved. Women offer sex hoping to be loved. And if you're stuck in the mindset that being the best she's ever had is what keeps her, you're ignoring what actually makes her feel safe, chosen, and seen. Just think about this logically. If being the best she's ever had was all that mattered, then whoever was the best would still be in her life. But he's not. You are. So clearly she values something else more than sex. And if all you're offering her is performance, you're just competing in the same shallow arena as every other guy she's ever been with. But if you can stop obsessing over being amazing in bed and start focusing on actually seeing her and letting her see you, that's when everything changes. And that's when she stops comparing. That's when she starts relaxing into you. And that's when sex stops being a test and it starts being real. Sex isn't a test. You're not failing. You're just stuck in a loop that adds pressure and kills pleasure. The harder you try to prove yourself, the less connected you're going to feel. The more you chase amazing sex, the less likely you are to actually enjoy it. But the good news is, this is 100% fixable. When you stop performing and start having fun, everything changes. And if you're wondering, okay, so what actually works to improve erections? Great question. That's exactly what I'm going to break down in this next video. I ranked the 5 most common solutions, and trust me, you've never heard number 1 anywhere else on the internet, so click here to watch it now.